He allegedly tortured her 3-year-old daughter, even texted her that he was going to take her life over potty training. He warned her repeatedly. She would come home from work and her daughter's eyes would be completely swollen shut. And he flat out said, "I am going to take her life." And she still went to work that day. This is Tyrel Belone. He is a registered traveling nurse. And that is Amber Leary. She is the mother. She was a corrections officer. However, she was now a CNA. They had both met while working in New Hampshire. However, earlier this year, they relocated to Utah. Prior to moving to Utah, they claimed that the 3-year-old was okay with potty training, still struggling, but after they moved, things got a lot worse. They claimed the toddler had started just taking off their diaper and going to the bathroom all over the home. The child was kicking and biting and just being aggressive. In the weeks leading up to June 27th, Tyrel had allegedly harmed this child multiple times. Everything I'm about to say comes from the arrest warrant. Tyrel would spank the child not just with his hand, but objects like an ice pack, punched her in the face so hard that she fell back, crying hysterically, backhanded her, regular slapped her, all because she was struggling with potty training and being a child. June 27th, 2025. Tyrel would wake up between 4 and 5 and start getting stuff ready for Amber to go to work. And so Amber went to work from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Around 1 p.m., he claims a child had an accident. He was trying to clean it up. He claims during this that the child bit his forearm, and so he spanked her. He then said he put her in her room so she could calm down and watch a movie. 6:30 p.m., Amber gets home, she feeds the baby, and then they go watch a movie together. Amber has to work super early, so she went to bed shortly after that. But around midnight, Tyrel says that the 3-year-old had an accident. He woke Amber up for help, they clean her up, and then they put the baby in bed with Amber. Tyrel went and slept on the couch, but at 4:30 a.m., the baby had another accident. And around 5:30 a.m. is when Tyrel is alleged to have thrown the child into the wall. He claimed that she ricocheted off the bed when he threw her and he didn't mean to make her hit the wall. Now, Amber made it sound like she had already left before this happened. However, Tyrel has said that she was there and then she left after. Regardless, she's on her way to work. He calls her and says, "You have to come back right now." And so she turns around and goes back home. Tyrel is freaking out, telling Amber, "We have to fix this. I don't want to go to jail." He checked on the child and her heart rate was steady. She was breathing, but she was not responsive. Amber said at this point her daughter was dead with a heartbeat. Now, Tyler's a nurse, she's a CNA, and his mother is a nurse practitioner. So they call his mother G instead of calling 911 to ask her opinion. G asked him to put the baby on FaceTime. However, he said, "No, I don't want to do that." And he ends up walking away and Amber turns on the FaceTime. And then G allegedly told Amber, "You have to take her to the hospital or you're both going to jail." Amber said she wanted to call 911, but Tyrel would not let her. Tyrel allegedly told her, "If I go to jail, you have no friends, no money, like you need me." Tyrel told Amber she's gonna be fine. So Amber told Tyrel she really needed a smoke. She went outside and she called 911. But based on things that Tyrel said, I think that he actually thought that his mom called, not Amber. Once she had finally called 911, it had been 3 hours since she was thrown into that wall. It was originally reported that the daughter was in critical condition at the hospital. However, when I pulled up their charges last night, they were upgraded. Now, originally, Amber wasn't going to be charged. However, after her interview and her text messages, they charged her too. Amber told police that initially Tyrel was really good with her daughter, but that the last few months, with the issues with the potty training, he just grew increasingly frustrated. About a week before this happened, Amber went to work. She wasn't even gone for 2 hours at this point, and Tyrel was freaking out. He texted her and said that he was going to M-word her daughter. A few hours later, he sends her another text that he was going to crack her skull. He also sent a text saying, "I'm finished with her. We can't have a life together with her being like this. And now hearing her voice makes me want to K her." That night, when she got off of work around 6:30 and got home, her daughter's eyes were sealed shut. When the police were questioning Tyrel, they asked him, "Why does she have raccoon eyes?" And he admitted it. He hurt her so badly that Amber had to stay home in the house for an entire week because she could not go out in public with her child looking like that. That's what she did. She stayed home for a week instead of reporting him, leaving, asking for help, doing literally anything else. And even after that, she still left him alone with her child. At the end of the day, he was so wrong to do what he did, period. He is the problem. But you became the problem the second that you didn't keep your child safe. And so you both deserve the exact same charges. I'm going to keep a close watch on this one because this is just, it's unbelievable that a mother could allow that and that a registered nurse could hurt a child that way.